Hi everyone. Today I thought of talking about bibliometric analysis, another form of synthesizing evidence. Why we need bibliometric analysis? Well, that will help us to analyze the type of documents, years of publication, authors, countries, and keywords, allowing the creation of network maps in specific research areas. So far, I've used bibliometric analysis in two ways. The first way is to find research trends in journals. So we have to pick a few journals. Well, it should be a better pick. Either it should be, highly cited top five journals, or maybe top five journals with high impact factor, likewise. And then we analyze all the records in those journals in a software called VOSweaver. And the second way is first we need to have a sample of studies rather than going for a set of journals. We need to have a proper inclusion and exclusion criteria, just like in systematic and scoping reviews. So we screen them and have a final set of studies, and then in particular research area, and then run the analysis in the same way. Well, today within this video, I'm going to show how we can find this journal citation report in Web of Science database, and then how we can use VOSweaver software. So you can see in this picture, this beautiful citation analysis map, how we can get these type of maps using VOSweaver, and then how to clean data for VOSweaver as well. So first thing is to pick how we can pick journals for this one if we are going to go and pick the first method. Okay, so to do this we need to access Web of Science. So thanks to University of Newcastle, I have access to Web of Science, but you can check your own library and then access to database list, and then find Web of Science. So once you get to Web of Science, this will look like that. And before I go and pick the top cited journals, or the highest impact factor journal, I'm going to show you something else, because in VOSweaver we can get these nice maps, but there are other ways to get other visual representations as well using Web of Science simply. For example, if I want to check the psychology, and then its research trends and who are the top authors, what are the keywords in the top top, I don't know, review articles, for example, I would pick psychology here and then simply hit search, and then you can make the search more comprehensive using what you need, and then you can see. So I'm just going to see the research trends here, and then you can simply hit analyze. So all these are number of articles are analyzed. And if I wanted to see for example a bar chart, you can get bar charts here. If you don't like bar charts or tree map charts, you can simply get a table. I really like the tree map charts, so I'm just going to go there and then you can find the top 5 or top 10 or top 20 or top 25. And I'm just going to take the top 5 first in each area. And then there are Web of Science categories, where Web of Science itself categorize areas. So most of the journals end up in psychology, multidisciplinary psychology research area, this much in clinical psychology, and this is in general psychology. Likewise, you can see the rest. And then I'm going to see the document types that publish the most. There are unspecified, or like art book research articles are there this much, and then abstract this much, likewise book reviews this much, for example. And then you can see who are the top researchers. So you can see Adrian has the highest citations, and then Isenk and Marsh, and then Gradler and Hager. So if you're coming from psychology area, you might know some of them. And these are the top 25 people. If you know anyone from them, this will be nice to know. And then we can check the research trends as well. So in these areas, what are the most commonly used or commonly cited keywords? So it seems persuasion, job satisfaction wins, parenting, prejudice, and psychotherapy as well. So if you want to see more keywords, this is the other way around. You can just simply hit this button, and then you can find the other keywords as well. And also there's a way that we can match the papers to sustainable development goals, SDGs, as well. So there are this much of papers published towards good health and well-being, and also likewise for the others. You can minimize the number here if you like. Yeah, and then yeah, so that is about it. Yeah, that's a sidetrack, but now we need to find the top 5 journals. So you go here to the products of a Web of Science, and then go to journal citation report. So you can go if you're interested in one journal to find their impact factor and what type of thing that they publish. You can go to journal and select a journal and run, but my aim is to find the top journal, so I'm just going to go to categories. And then here in the clinical medicine, so I'm again going to look at let's say psychology again. So psychology clinical, so there are 181 journals in this category, but I want the first 3 or first 5, let's say. So these are already ticked because I just checked before. Yeah, so this is according to the journal impact factor. These are the total number of citations. So if you want to go to total number of citations, you hit this one and then pick the highest cited papers. So let's say I'm just going to go for not for total citations, but journal impact factor. Then I hit journal impact factor and it comes from the highest to the lowest. And then again, I'm just going to check one by one whether they are really talking about clinical psychology. Yes, and yes, this is directly and clinical psychology review. I'm not an expert in psychology. I'm just taking one example. So it says International Journal of Transgender Health. It might be not purely focusing on psychology. Yes, that might have some, but anyway, I'm just gonna not gonna take that one. And then child mental health and health psychology review, and then psychological medicine. So I'm just gonna take these 5 as top impact factors journal in psychological clinical psychology. All right, now what I have to do is I have to go back to Web of Science and then type one by one. Oh, sorry, copy one by one into Web of Science. But you have to change this field into publication title, and then add a row with the boolean operator. Again, publication title, second, take the second journal, clinical psychology review, take it and paste it here, and then add a row with the boolean operator. Again, change this to publication title, take the third journal, which is child and adolescent mental health. It keep happening, but anyway, I take that one here, paste it, yes, add a row, or boolean operator, publication title, take my third, or not third, the fourth journal, health psychology review, take it over here, add, or publication title, so my fifth journal. So you can go up to, I don't know, 10 journals, 2 journals, 1 journal. It's really the team decision of your research team. All right, so I pick all the records here and I'm going to hit search. So there are 16,000 over 16,000 results coming from these particular journals. So you can see the highlighted thing is your journal, and here you can just simply analyze results and then see again. Now I have fine-tuned to top cited 5, not like the whole psychology thing. So you can see how it matches with the SDG, and then document types, how many reviews are there, how many preceding papers are there likewise. And then you can check the researcher profiles, who are top cited people, Kenneth, Jim, Ronald. You can check top 5 if you like. And then also you can see the topics. Schizophrenia, depression are most cited, PTSD are most cited topics. And then you can see Web of Science index as well. But I wanted to do something else. Now that's this Web of Science analysis, but I now wanted to put these details into or take this search into WOS and then get that analysis map. Nice one. All right, so I search this one, and let's see, you can directly not directly, but you can take the 16,000 papers and then analyze in WOS as well. But it let us upload export only 1,000. Like if you hit here 1,000, we have to use the plain text file. It just like give, we can only take 1,000 records at a time. In this case, what you need to do is, you have to create files of thousands and then merge them together into one plain text. Okay, but in this case, I'm just going to make it simple. I'm just going to, let's say, I'm just going to pick highly cited papers all over the years. So I'm just going to refine it. You can limit to last 10 years, I don't know, review articles or to particular author, and then yeah, and then you can go from there. So anyway, I have 74 results from highly cited papers over the last years on clinical psychology, and I'm going to see I'm going to take this 274 to my voice weaver, and then going to show how I can work with it. So export plain text file. I need all the records, but it's in full. Export it. Okay, so I have this folder here, but I'm just gonna take that one to a folder so that I can easily track it. So I'm just gonna current one removed. This is there. Okay. Now I go to WOSweaver. So I'm sure that not all of you have WOSweaver in your computer. So you type WOSweaver download, and then the first thing that you will see is this one. So you, if it is a Mac, you can use download it here, or you can use Windows as well. And then also you can go to publications, list of them, and then you can see the publications that they've used with WOSweaver. There are many. I think that this has not updated yet, but you can read how they have used in their publications. Yeah, and once you download it, it'll look like this one. So this is the main panel that where you see your maps, and then you can just do several maps. You can change the way that it looks from this child. Let's try one. So I'm just gonna go and create a one. So there are three options, but you have to pick the second one because we are doing a co-authorship or keyword co-occurrence map. And then next, and then here also you have to pick the second one because we are going to read data from Web of Science. So next, and now we have to upload the text file. So I'm going to go to download and then slowly scroll down, not that fast, Ishanka. All right, so here we go. I got the folder, and then you take it up and then say next. So you can just first create co-authorship net or co-occurrence, or it depend on the authors or countries, organization, whatever it is. So I'm going to start with co-occurrence. Okay. And then I'm going to use all keywords, not only depend on the author keywords. So I'm just going to use all keywords, and then next. So you can see there's a number. So this is very important. So you can see in this map there are a lot of keywords. So you can minimize the mess here. You can in a way manipulate this one. You'll get the less number of those items. We call these one items. And then you can just dots. You can reduce the number of items here. How we can do is, you can see you can increase the minimum number of occurrence of a keyword. So what it does is, if it has like keyword appears 10 times, they take it to analysis. So if I have a keyword appearing 10 times in a paper, there will be 46 papers meeting that threshold, but still it'll be bit high, I think. So I'm just gonna go more, or maybe like 50, let's say. No, let's say 10 is fine. So no, yeah, 10. So minimum number of occurrence of a keyword 10, and then I have 46 papers meeting this threshold. Go, you can still change it here if you like, and then these are the keywords. So you can, sometimes there are unnecessary keywords that you can really you can clean it from here as well, but anyway I'm going to come back to data cleaning again. If there are anything that you think, because there will be duplicates, and I'll teach you how to clean these duplicates as well. But let's say for example health, because this is psychology, health keyword is anyway appears this one, and I don't want that one here. So I can take them off. And bipolar disorder and schizophrenia kind of this similar, so that I can merge them with a single word so that I can change it. Yeah. later, but yeah, for now I think these keywords are fine. So I'm just gonna hit finish, and then I'll show you how we can run the analysis, and then I'll come to data cleaning. So there are three type of maps. Network visualization is the first one that they would use, but you can see like here this like the highlighted thing, we call it as a cluster, the dots we call as items. So here depression cluster, so that cluster is easily going with depressive symptoms, anxiety, mental health, these type of keywords. So if you touch the meta-analysis set, you see meta-analysis is done on different areas. And then schizophrenia is kind of like maybe clinical disorders. I'm not sure, someone who's coming from psychology area might know this. Seems like this cluster is talking purely about diseases. And then yellow cluster, so the color indicates a cluster. So it seems stress is related to these keywords. Okay. Yeah. And then there are a few things that you can do with this map. But before that, I'm going to show you other things as well. So, like, for example, overlay visualization. So this is again another visualization that you can go with. Like sometimes it shows the quality of the journal or the impact of the journal. But this is it seems they are coming from year. So 2020 papers, the latest papers are here in yellow, and the 2018 papers are in dark. So the most new keywords are coming in after 2020. For example, 20 COVID-19, resilience, children, depressive symptoms. Those papers are kind of new cohorts. And then we go to density visualization. It's just the same thing, like, but in a different way of visualization simply. And then you can just manipulate this one in a way that you can change the size. For example, here the dot size, like the whole map, you can change it. And then also you can change the labels size, and then you can change these circles into frames. And then yeah, and circles. And then also you can change the size line as well. And I'm not going to change any minimum strength or maximum lines. So you can change the color lens to black and white. You can change curved lines to straight lines. And also you can edit your cluster colors. For example, cluster this blue color cluster, I can change into a pink if you like. You see. And then also you can make it in a black background as well. So it'll look like this. You can similarly do the same thing with these other things as well. All right, so that's done. What should we do next? So you can see the items over here. For example, cluster 1, you see these are categorized together. If it is not yeah, if you want to have a further read, and I won't change these ones. And then yeah, this is one. And this is the important thing. Now as I go to this items list, you can see there are some here even um, there are some duplicates that we need to merge them together. Meta-analysis, and then sometimes disorders, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. So we need to merge them. So what I would do is just go back to file, do the same thing, and then go ahead. This was, I think, last time it was 10. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then you get this list. And now you have to carefully take a word Excel document. Make the spelling should be really accurate. So it should be labeled and replaced by. So let's go one by one. Depression, meta-analysis is fine, anxiety, mental health, and so these are duplicates. Now I have to merge them. So I'm just gonna call mental health as, so I merged as mental health. Okay. Right, what else? Post-traumatic stress, RCT, cognitive behavior, risk factors, stress, systematic review, major depression, adolescent symptoms, disorder, emotion regulation, publication bias, anxiety disorders, and anxiety. So I'm just going to change anxiety disorders into anxiety because it's talking the same thing in my head. Anxiety, and the spelling should be really accurate, otherwise you are in trouble. Anxiety. All right, and then you go here. What else to merge? Epidemiology is fine. Panic disorder, comorbidity, psychotherapy risk, children, depressive symptoms, and depression. So depressive symptoms, I'm gonna change it to depression. Disorder, depression, symptoms, depressive symptoms. Okay, as I said, we really need to be careful with the spelling, so it should be depressive. United States trauma meta-analysis. Did I see meta-analysis before somewhere? Yes, so this is meta-analysis with a dash, and here it is just meta-analysis. So I'm just going to take this meta-analysis to meta-analysis. All right, what else? Psychometric properties, psychotherapy scale. Scale doesn't make sense, so I'm just going to take it off anyway, but we can do it later. Quality of life, cognitive therapy, COVID-19 validation. So validation is kind of psychometric properties, isn't it? So I'm just going to take validation as psychometric properties. Validation, psychometric properties. Okay, what else? So review is here. Bipolar and schizophrenia. So I'm just going to change bipolar bipolar disorders into schizophrenia. Schizophrenia. Hope my letters are like spelling is fine. Schizophrenia. Let's see. Yes. So okay, I think now I've done some changes to merge duplicates and synonyms. So I'm just gonna go back, create, leave it as it is, but now we have a WasWeaver treasurers file, and I'm gonna change or save this one as a treasurers file into my folder, and you have to save it as a MS-DOS formatted text. Save. Yes. Close it. You go to WAS, take that treasurers file, say OK, and I'm just gonna still check the co-occurrence and say next. There's an error. Replaced by is not a valid column header, so I go to my treasurers again. See what I've written. Label replaced by meta-analysis bipolar. So I correct those. Bipolar disorders. Hopefully this will be fine. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Treasurer's file. Okay. Next. Replaced by is not a valid column header. Why? Not, I think, hang on, I think I know what I did wrong. It should be not replace, but replace. Yes, that's what it went wrong. So you go there, open this one. It should be not replace, replace by. All right, so that's done. Going back, okay, and then check, take that one again. Okay, next. So it's happy now. Again, keywords to 10 because that's what we were doing. Next, you can keep it or change it. Now you see like meta-analysis has gone up, and the mental health were merged, and then bipolar and schizophrenia is still not merged, which means I've done some spelling errors. So make sure that you spell it correctly and add them, because I think I said bipolar disorders here. It should be bipolar disorder. So you go back and change it and then run again. Okay, so back, upload the treasures again. Next, back up to 10. Alrighty. Now it's changed. Now it might be gone up. Bipolar, because it combines bipolar and schizophrenia. Yeah, so it came up. Alright, now I'm gonna say finish. Alright, so this is my new map, and as I said, you can do the changes. Now it's cleaned, no duplicates, no synonyms, and then you can use for your journals. Okay, so now we have done co-occurrence, keyword co-occurrence, bibliographic data analysis, and now we are going to do the same for co-authorship as well. So take the second one and then take the Web of Science thing, and then take the same plain text folder that we used to play with. So now we pick co-authorship. You can pick authors, countries, organization as you see, and you can see there's one command called uh, ignore documents with large number of authors, for example some WHO publications, and also with global burden disease papers, they have number of authors per document. Would you like to consider them as a resource here, or as a source, or would you like to ignore them? I would definitely include them, but it's really depend on your team. And then next, so you can manipulate again, same like here the maximum number of document per author 5, or you can just reduce. So I'd say maximum number of documents per author 3, and then you can decide the number of citations as well. So I'd say 10. That really depend what you like. And yeah, and so minimum number per author, we need 5 papers at least. So I'm just gonna end up with small number of papers, so I'm just gonna reduce this one anyway. Three would be okay, I guess. And then next, and next, so you see there are 48 authors in my list, and these are the citation numbers, and these are the number of documents they have published. So I'm just gonna, yeah, some of 46 items in your network are not connected to each other. Can be, okay, that's fine. Do you want to show these set items instead of all items? So they have like a network for 26 items instead of 46, and it suggests, is it okay? Yeah, it is okay with me. So this is the network visualization that I would get. So similarly, you can manipulate the colors, background, and font size, font type, and then also maximum length if it's a frame, for example. And then you can increase the length, you can decrease the length of these boxes, can have curved lines, or whatever you wish. Yeah, so this is about, for example, again you can see different ways of visualization as well. And then yeah, that's about co-authorship occurrence in particular areas. So if you want to take a screenshot, for example, of this one or the other, you can give a file name and then take a screenshot, and that will be saved in the folder that you indicated, for example, not here, here. So here we go. So this is one of my co-authorship network, And this is one of citation analysis screenshot. I think, yeah, I think I covered them all, and all the best with your bibliometric analysis. Thank you.